Hello YouTube. In today's video we'll be taking a look at a couple types of moissanite. One is extremely electrically conductive. It's a very good semiconductor and it will register as metal on some thermal conductive and electrical conductive dual probe testers. So here I am getting the probe tip ready, and I'm going to begin a test squarely on the table facet, making sure that my hand is on the test plate and fingers are on the aluminium loose stone holder. And you can see that I get multiple tests from multiple areas through the crown and throughout the table. I get that metal reading. Okay, and HPHT synthetic diamonds can give that result too, because of the boron or the near-reaching surface inclusions that are metallic flux or metallic inclusions. So here I am. I'm trying to test the pavilion, and I thought, well, these are not small stones; these are quite large. So I had to improvise and think of a solution. I'm going to use the tweezers, and so you can see I'm still grounding the test with I'm touching the aluminium loose stone holder, and you can see my index finger touching the conductive plate on the tester. So I get a moissanite reading. That just tells me that it's less conductive, electrically conductive on its pavilion side. So here I have another stone that doesn't display any read-through. And if you guys see the cubic zirconia on the dot test, that is the cubic zirconia that you see that bullseye on the other colorless stone. So I'm indicating that this stone is a higher refractive index material. So when I begin that test, I'm going to test it on multiple areas. You can see that it is giving a diamond reading. Okay, so I'm testing this stone in multiple areas throughout the crown, the table, just really giving it a good comb over, and there was no indication that was electrical conductor or semiconductor. So now what I'm doing right now is I'm going to be using the tweezers. I wanted to really showcase that this is the same stone that's being tested, and that's why I kind of struggle with it here to keep it into view for the viewers, and kind of pops out, but that's okay, because I grab it again and it still stays within frame, so you guys can see that this is the stone that I was just testing. And now I'm going to test the stone just like I did with the other stone. I grasp between the tweezers and grounding the test with my fingers touching the aluminium loose stone holder, and then my index finger is on the conductive panel on the tester. And I'm going to slide it all across the pavilion and even the culet, and I still get the same reading as it's a diamond. And I really wanted to demonstrate that this stone has no electrical or semiconductive properties whatsoever. And so I'm going to put it table facing up into the loose stone test holder, and then demonstrate it further that this stone isn't displaying any semiconductor properties. So what I do is I get my 10x loop, and once I get into the focus, we can see those rail tracks throughout the into the crown through the pavilion facets. And so I indicate that this is a moissanite, but it is testing as diamond on the dual probe tester. I placed some finger pointers so you guys can pause the video and see the doubling. So now I'm going to be putting the stone back into the aluminum test bluestone holder. And I'm going to be testing it again just to demonstrate that there's no semiconductor properties that this tester is picking up. So now I'm going to be getting an ultraviolet light, a long wave ultraviolet LED light, and then I'm going to be testing this same stone, grounding the test, and now I can get a moissanite reading. So what's happening is I'm charging these atoms and it's making an electrical conductor. So I can test it. As soon as I shine that immediately onto that stone, it indicates that it's a electrical conductor. So this is unfortunately not done by the people who rely on these instruments when they're buying jewelry. They don't do this last step, and so they buy the moissanite believing that it's diamond because they rely on these probe testers and they don't use magnification. So this video, its main intention was to demonstrate that moissanite can test as a diamond on these probe testers without the use of ultraviolet UV shining at the same time as you're making the test. As demonstrated, you guys can see that I'm pulling that diamond reading because I'm not charging the stone. But once I get this ultraviolet light turned on, I ground the test and I put that light on there, it instantly indicates that it's a semiconductor. So that's all that needs to be done when testing. And if, on small stones, if you're using these instead of using magnification, you must have an ultraviolet light source. Doesn't matter what type of tester you own if you're relying on these instruments.